Welcome back to the channel, everyone. I'm Fausto Carnevale, and in this video, we will talk about Italy. In this video, you have the possibility to ask me your questions. So please, if you have some questions regarding our channel, if you are curious about who we are, what we can do for you, just leave us a comment in this live, and we will reply. I will personally reply to everyone. Moreover, if you want some information, you can also send us a message to info@ESENtaxa.com. So today let's talk about the top country rich people move to. And I'm doing this live because I'm watching a lot of videos, especially in those days, about Italy. So what Italy has to do with all of this, I will explain you in 1 second. And let's talk about what is happening around the world, what's happening in Europe, what's happening also in the US, and why people are moving to Europe, or more in detail to Italy. So we have to say that in Europe we are having a double phenomenon. On one hand, people are trying to leave their own country because of the job opportunities missing, if we consider Italy. But where wealthy people are moving and why are they moving in those specific countries? So let's see here an article that I'm reading online. I'm sharing my screen. Let's see. So the countries gaining and losing millionaires in 2025. At the third place, we have Italy. So we have basically United States at second place, Dubai to the first place. Look at the third place, we have Italy and Switzerland and Saudi Arabia. I don't know if you are aware, but also Cristiano Ronaldo now, who was living in Italy under the high net worth individual flat tax, now is living in Saudi Arabia. I think there is also in Saudi Arabia one kind of high net worth regime. So why? Let me give me a. I am giving a thought about this list here. So UAE, of course, as you know, it is one of the only country in the world where you can move paying basically almost zero taxes. If you are an online entrepreneur, if you are if you have a crypto, dividend, stocks, whatever, even if you work as an employee, as a high paid employee, basically the amount of taxes that you are paying tend to zero. Let's say between 0 and 10%. That's why the Dubai is still the first place in the world, especially for young entrepreneurs who are moving out their own country. Even a lot of Italians moved to Dubai, and they sell online video courses. They have an online business. They do crypto. They also opened a restaurant there because, as you know, the taxation and the social contribution is very favorable to entrepreneurs. Of course, what is the bad point? Do you want to live to Dubai all years with the temperature, the culture, etc., etc.? Maybe you don't like Dubai. But let's talk about the second place. What I can say about US. Consider two things. I visited New York 1 week ago. Actually, we did a holiday, 24th of August until 31. And what can I say? The US is still a good place if you are an entrepreneur, because even if in terms of taxes it's not the best in the world, and of course you have lower taxes compared to Europe, but on the other hand you have more opportunity. You have just think about New York. If you ever been there, the atmosphere, the mindset, the entrepreneurial thinking that you can feel when you move around. This is one thing that you cannot have, unfortunately, in Europe, where people are more like the government has to pay, blah 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 blah. So in the US, it's still the top of the world if you have money. Consider that I visited New York and I'm considering to go back to New York to live there like 1 month. Also because with ESENtaxa we have a lot of clients from the US, so it is a good way to stay there, keep in touch, and see and help them in case they want to retire to Italy. So third step is Italy. Third point, why Italy? Then of course you may see also other list. I picked one, and I also watched three videos. I checked three videos of the TV station Rai, which is the most important Italian radio station. So I watched also trade documentaries in Italian just before doing this slide. So in Italy, why a lot of millionaires are moving? Because of the high net or the flat tax high net worth individual, where you pay, and they did a mistake in this interview with in the television. They said 100,000 euro, no matter how many sources of income and how much is your earnings, let's say, from abroad, from outside Italy. Now, actually, it's 200,000 euro, but basically that you can move to Italy with your family. You, as a person, will pay only 200,000 euro, no matter which sources of income you have. Okay. If you move in Italy with your wife, she can also pay a flat tax of 25k, no matter which sources of income she has. I'm doing a video about this topic in this week, and that's why also we have people from France, from Belgium, because Belgium now they put the 10% capital gain. They are moving to Italy. So Italy is one of the top place to live now. I would say the quality of life is very good in Italy also. And in Milan, I was watching a video, the real estate business, the luxury renting car business, the restaurants, and then in Via Monte Napoleone, you know that in Via Monte Napoleone, they estimated is one of the top street, is the top street in the world for the amount of money that people spend in shopping every year. So it is clear that Milan is attracting a lot of high net worth individual. And also, if you watch this video, for you it is a way to think as a way of doing business in Italy. Maybe you want to open your restaurant, your own boutique. Maybe you want to import some product from Asia. Luxury product, of course, now it is a niche in Italy. But of course, I was watching a video. It is easier to get rich selling, I don't know, gold pen for 100,000 euro per pen than selling like this pen to 1 euro at 1 euro, as you know. So why Italy is, in my opinion, and the news in Italy are saying, because there are two way of thinking. People who say this is a good way for the Italian economy to attract millionaires, and people saying no, this is a bad way, they don't invest in Italy, etc. What can I say for my opinion is that even if you want to invest now in Milan in the real estate, people are prices of the real estate are just simply rising. So imagine an investment now in Milan, how much can give you in 10 years in terms of capital gain, of course. So really consider Italy as a way also to invest. And also, I talked about the high net worth individual tax regime, no? Which I will also keep stay tuned, because I will do a video also this week. Okay, but even consider the impatriate regime. You don't have to be a millionaire to use the impatriate regime. If you earn 85,000 euro or less, you have the forfettario regime forfettario, forfeit regime. But if you are a high paid consultant, so between 85,000 and 500,000 euro per year, you can use also this flat tax scheme in Italy. It's almost a flat tax at the end of the day, but the logic is not a flat tax. You have a cut, a deduction of the taxable base, but you pay only taxes and social contribution 25%. So you can be a high paid consultant from the US earning 200, $300,000 per year, and you only pay 25,000. You can afford to live to Italy everywhere. Everywhere, even if you live in Milan. Don't say that Milan is expensive if you are from New York, because I just visited New York, or London or Paris, which are more expensive than Milan. So you can live in Milan, and basically you suddenly double your power of buying. Okay, you don't pay in Milan 6,000 euro in rent like in New York. In Milan, with 50 euro, you can still go to a nice restaurants with a nice, sometimes bottle of wine. In New York, with 50 euro, you get only an hamburger with chips and one glass of beer, maybe. You know what I mean, no? What can I say before closing this live? Let me talk just 1 second about Switzerland. Okay, Switzerland. We are not. Actually, we don't cover this jurisdiction. But what can I say is that there is it's very close to Italy also. And you have a lot of tax benefit, especially if you earn dividends from abroad. That's why what can I say is that even the people the Italian entrepreneurs, let's say they go to Dubai for 10 years selling online products, and then they move back not to Italy but to Switzerland, because it's very close to the border and the quality of life is very good, even if Switzerland is very expensive. It's almost like US, New York. Switzerland is expensive even if you live close to the Italian border. That's why I say also in my other YouTube channel in Italian, yeah, you can move to Switzerland to find a better job, but of course you have to afford and you have to compare the cost of living. So I'm very proud of this list, even if you can find different information online, but I am sure that we are doing good as Italian, and we will attract a lot of business. No, I'm not doing this video only to tell you if you are rich or not. Of course, in this channel, we basically are oriented more to help entrepreneur because of our services, the visa, etc., etc. But also consider that if you are a small entrepreneur, you want to move to Europe, you need to incorporate a business in Italy, no? Think about the opportunity of moving in Milan. Think about the opportunity of sell to high net worth individuals your product or services. If I would move to Italy now, I would go to Milan, I would open my office there. Maybe I will also open an office there in 2-3 years if the situation is going like this, guys. My accounting firm will be relocated to Milan only because of what I'm seeing and what also I can imagine it will happen in Italy soon. In Italy, I used to say we always have opportunities. We just have to catch the opportunity and move to a good place in the right moment. But maybe this would be a topic of next live. So if you have some questions, do not hesitate to ask me, because I'm staying a couple of minutes. Then today, you know what I'm doing. I have to go to play paddle. So paddle. I also will start playing tennis soon, but I have to go. We also have to enjoy our lives. But if you have some questions, do not hesitate to just give me a chat here. I will reply, or you can leave a comment. I will reply also as soon as possible. And on the other hand, to summarize, we also offer now a new service, the visa, because we have a lawyer partner in Italy. Okay, so we also are more focusing, especially in the relocation plan. We cover the Europe, so we can give you advice, especially if you are from US, Canada, Brazil, Asia. But on the other hand, I studied in Italy, so I know the law in Italy. I am an Italian certified accountant after all. So do not hesitate to contact us in order to have more information about your new life in Italy. So until next time, Fausto Carnevale, and in this live, I will leave the personal email of our channel. Sometimes I will also reply personally to you, people, maybe you already contacted me. I reply, hi guys, I am Fausto, how can I help you? So if you just can need other information, just send us an email. You just say, hi Fausto, I need your help, blah blah blah, and I will reply personally. I don't have time to reply all the emails. We have assistant, of course, but sometimes I like to talk to people. I like to talk with you guys to understand how we can improve our services, our relocation plan services. So until next time, stay tuned to the channel, because this week there will be also my new video. So don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Until next time, ESENtaxa.